Yeah, gonna have to. Wait, Rob, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Oh, we got ya! Finally. Hey, better late than never, am I right, brother?
Better late than never, my friend.
You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Well, what are you up to this fine afternoon? You off school, or are you back in the dorms now?
I am off school from NYU still, but I'm returning to the dorms this coming weekend.
Getting back to the dorms this weekend for a good old. You're gonna learn anything new? Anything you're looking forward to in this next semester?
Yeah, I'm going to continue working on my documentary that I've been working on this past 6 months.
Beautiful. Have you talked about that documentary? What is that documentary?
The documentary is, and I'll be real talk here. It's pretty personal.
Okay, real talk.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, but.
No, I mean, if you're willing to listen, I'm willing to talk about it.
Well, I'm excited because what I really like is seeing the work that a lot of our, friends that we've made through Mega64 end up doing, like guys like Frank and Matt and Rob and all the artist friends out there, like, Ferret and Andrew and everyone. And you yourself, I always enjoy watching your YouTube videos, and I know I just watched a recent, actually it was one of the older gaming cult podcast, Sonic X Knuckle, or what was it?
Sonic X Shadow. Shrek X Shadow.
Shrek X Shadow. That's more than a mouthful. That's
yeah.
That's what Shadow was saying. It was good stuff, man. And your PPS compilation I thought was awesome, man. Great job on that. For those of you guys out there that didn't see it on Twitter, I was linking to it, but Rob made a collection of prank calls, and it's edited great. I really, really like it.
Oh, well, thanks, man.
I remember
really
any of the controls in this game.
Oh, no.
Oh, man, I remember you do shit with when it goes into Zandatsu, but we're gonna have to go options here. So anyway, yeah, what is this documentary you're working on about?
It's about really two things. It's about my personal journey, I guess, my struggle, really, I guess, to sort of find, I guess, sort of some sort of explanation and some sort of closure, really, as to why my father unfortunately took his own life when I was 15 years old. That
is very heavy.
Yeah, and then the other part is to show, I guess, the impact of it on the family, and yeah, it's been emotionally exhausting.
Yeah.
But
how long ago did this happen, Rob?
October 2nd, 2008, his 46th birthday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so about 5.5 years ago, but yeah, it's like I said, it's been emotionally exhausting, but it's
I can imagine. I mean, that's
yeah, but it's been really great seeing my classmates and my teacher really respond positively to the footage I've shown so far.
That's good.
And yeah, and I'll be perfectly honest. Mega64 and you guys have definitely helped me, helped me cheer up, definitely when I felt down at times, and I've really appreciated that,
Well, if that's, I mean, if you were the only one out there that we could improve or make laugh or whatever, that's why we do it. So that's great to hear, More and more, I'd heard people that I look up to, in interviews or whatever, say, tell stories about people telling them that they had helped someone else through a hard time by, watching their entertainment or listening to their music or whatever. And that was always very interesting, and to have people say that to me is still very new and still very jarring every time it happens. And it's yeah, I mean, that means a lot, just to know that what we do out here, we'd be doing it anyway, but for the community and the fans that are out there that really get something out of it, that's at least what keeps me going,
Absolutely, and
when
I
it's
think
when it's at the end of a 8-hour workday and then another 2.5 hours doing work at home and then grabbing shit to rush over here, it's like, why am I doing this? Oh yeah, because there's, you know, a substantial amount of people watching right now, and that feeling of you know, maybe a little laziness that wants to kick in, where it's like, oh man, I just want to take a nap after work today.
yeah.
But that all goes away, you know, once I get here and I start setting up the equipment and start playing music, and I get so into it, and then hearing testimony from you that it actually means you know, something, that's really cool, man.
Hey man,
we're having a love fest over here. You made me get all emotional.
We are.
We're gonna swap spittle and piss in each other's boots. So it's a line from Young Guns 2, I believe. It's Kiefer Sutherland's character is Kiefer Sutherland's character is a school teacher from the city of New York, and Emilio Estevez is Billy the Kid, and they're having a discussion, and a very young who was the actor who was it not Jason Priestley? Who was the actor in the... Oh, man. He was in Gleaming the Cube. Pretty boy, 90210 type.
Not Jason Priestley.
Not Jason Priestley, but...
Why is that killing me?
Oh, God. Anyway, he plays another one of the young guns.
He was in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
He was in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and... or no, that was Jason Priestley, I think. In Buffy.
No?
No? Indy, it's gonna...
Luke Perry?
Luke Perry. God. No, it's not. No, it's not Luke Perry either that I'm thinking of.
Huh.
Anyway, the reference is pretty lost at this point.
It's fine.
No. I'm very disappointed. I'm reaching checkpoints as Jetstream Sam. Now, this does feel familiar, even though it had no save data of me doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I should have, like, stealth killed that guy. I forgot I could do that.
Yeah.
Zandatsu. Oh.
I actually had a question too. That's
yeah,
okay.
Man.
For both you and Rocco.
We're here for you, buddy.
Yeah. So I guess we were talking about documentaries before. So what was your guys' favorite documentary of 2013? Did you watch any?
Absolutely.
Or no?
I have a perfect answer for this. Which I usually don't have answers for this type of thing, but man, I was just talking about this today. I cut that guy up so much. I'm still cutting him. Look at this.
Oh,
wow,
geez.
Sam is fucking cool.
You haven't played this?
Not yet. I guess not. Because I don't remember him absorbing through the actual blade.
People kept telling me this DLC was okay, but the dog one was better.
Nah.
But, I like the dog one a lot, but I like this one a lot, too.
The dog one was I thought, well, it was fun. It was fun. It got repetitive.
I enjoyed it, but...
got a little repetitive. Anyway, sorry, I had an answer. I watch a lot of documentaries. I enjoy Netflix, mainly for documentaries.
Me too.
And I watched Blackfish this year, and that is by far my favorite documentary of this year was Blackfish.
Oh, yeah, I did see
and I think a really, a fairly important one. Whether you would patron, or would that work? Whether, I mean, we have SeaWorld here in San Diego, and I've been there a lot, and, you know, Janet worked there, and I would go visit her all the time, and I've enjoyed going to SeaWorld, and growing up in San Diego, I went there a lot. After seeing that documentary, it's really one of those things where I don't know if I want to go there anymore. Now, very, you know, it is very one-sided. It is definitely full of a lot of factual and very real problems with that type of industry, and yeah, man, it's very interesting.
I'm not.
Absolutely.
My feeling on it is like I'm not even necessarily against SeaWorld as a whole or a place like that. I mean, like you know, if they have animals, you know, maybe not necessarily all of them in captivity or suffering, but what it attacked was animal entertainment shit.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
And I think the age of that is over.
I think it's going away.
I think the circus, the whale shows, the things where, you know, I remember seeing an elephant at the fair and someone told me, you have no idea how much electricity it took them to get them to do that, you know, like carrying people around and stuff. I just think that's over. You know, that being said, I could give a shit about SeaWorld. I didn't really like it in the first place, so whatever.
I think zoos and other things like that are a different story, but
yeah, I mean, you never know. There's some animals they might not treat well and whatever. I think it's not black and white.
True. Wow. This goes over specifically how intelligent killer whales are, though.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is my main... the main thing I took away from it is how absolutely intelligent these things are and how they never just go, oh, well, this is my new home. I mean, it's like... Yeah. I really feel like there's just so much we don't understand that even if there's a chance that this could be like a slavery type situation, I want to wash my hands from that.
Yeah, totally. No, I
Definitely.
totally agree.
And really reputable sources. I actually heard about it from listening to Joe Rogan's podcast. He had a guy on that's in the documentary, and he was really talking it up. And Rogan was recommending it, and that's what made me go watch it. And yeah, I was entertained. I had seen The Cove years before, and I thought that was another really well done documentary.
Yeah, that won the Oscar for Best Documentary.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why. That was a really great film.
And my favorite part is that was made by Fisher Stevens. Which still cracks me up because he won the Oscar and then had to go back to playing a role on Lost.
Oh!
Yeah,
even though he died in an earlier season, in the last season he's Desmond's driver.
Oh!
And there's all kinds of great behind the scenes on that season where he's like, just won an Oscar last night, so anyway, guess I'm driving people around today. Anyway, wherever you want to go. It was really funny. That guy's a really funny guy.
I don't know the block. Do you remember how to play this? There's a block, or a parry.
Yeah, you're trying to parry against it. Yeah, I think it was R and then the stick against them, or it was...
I got auto parry on, though, so right. I wanted to, anyway. But yeah, what about you, Rob? Do you have a favorite documentary that you saw this year?
Yeah, but I was just going to say, is Blackfish your favorite doc, too, Rocco?
Oh, Rocco, what was your favorite?
Mine, I don't know. I get burnt on documentaries sometimes because I see... A lot of times I get subjected to a lot of shitty ones.
Okay.
So I guess that one, probably.
Yeah.
But I didn't really see a lot.
I'll watch a lot of shitty docs. It's alright. Every once in a while.
Yeah, I've seen some shitty ones. But my favorite one of 2013 would be, before I saw the one I'm going to say, it was Blackfish. I really enjoyed Blackfish. But my favorite documentary would have to be The Act of Killing.
The Act of Killing. Now,
yeah,
I have heard about that. Remind me what that is, because that name sounds really familiar. Like someone told me to watch it, and I never did.
Yeah, it is about a filmmaker who goes to Indonesia, actually, and over a period of I think 7 or 8 years, he basically documented the creation of this movie. But it wasn't just any movie. It was a movie about these, like, basically killings of communists in the country by gangsters and paramilitary people.
Huh.
And it was sort of reenacting all these killings. But the freaky part was that all the people that had done the killings in, like, the mid-'60s, they were actually still alive. They were revered in the country, and they were actually participating in the movie, reenacting their own scenes of, like, torture and killing.
That's why I heard about it, because they got the original people that committed these atrocities to reenact them. And isn't it, like, a couple different little stories?
Yeah, it focuses on several different characters, because it's like a 2.5-hour documentary.
Okay.
But it focuses on, like, basically 2 or 3 gangsters, basically, that committed all these murders and tortures in the 60s. And, over the course of the film, you see them sort of, starting out pretty remorseless about all their actions, but as they sort of see all the brutal, like, reenactments and stuff like that, they slowly sort of come around to realizing how despicable they were.
Well, imagine how much younger and, like, jaded to that type of violence they may have been, but then when they see it in their old age and they're wiser and it sinks in the atrocities that they committed, man. Yeah. Is that available on Netflix?
It's not available on Netflix yet, but you can rent it on iTunes, and I think you can stream it on Amazon Prime streaming. So.
Oh, it's on Amazon Prime. Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, the PS4 does that pretty seamlessly. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I watched a shit ton of Workaholics the other day when I was making some stuff for a video.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great show. Just throwing it out there. Hey, you know what I will give runner-up documentary of the year for me?
What?
A band called Death.
Oh, yeah, that's another great one. I really enjoyed that one, too.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, I had no idea what really that film was going to be about, but it was really,
yeah,
really
me neither.
cool.
Because in all honesty, like as much punk music that I listened to, I had never heard of this band. I mean, granted, I think that's the whole idea, is they were so unknown, but really, really interesting. And I thought cool interviews that they got from like the remaining members, and just so emotional. That's why I think I love documentaries, because it's real emotion. I love emotion in drama, but real emotion, not in a reality show, but in a documentary, I think is some of the most moving stuff. I started tearing up. I started legit tearing up during a band called Death when they're talking about how creepy it was that their brother had predicted this life for them, and how, you know, it was just amazing. That's a really good. If you are interested in music at all, check out a band called Death. It's on Netflix. It's right on that front page. They're promoting it a lot.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oops,
and Boogie in the chat just said that apparently Active Killing is now on Netflix, so you can check it out there too.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There you go.
Boogie, man, he's making them gifts.
He's making those wonderful gifts. And
I made
posting them on Tumblr.
some pretty sweet vines with some footage from when I was watching a band called Death. It was they had some good interview footage that I really. One guy in particular, he had a great laugh.
Oh, absolutely.
Look at this, slicing and dicing. I can't even see what's happening. I'm cutting so deep. I can't even. This gecko is toast.
Oh yeah, by the way, someone brought up in the chat, did either of you, Rocco or Garrett, did either of you see Room 237?
Room 237.
Yes. Yeah,
Rocco did. I didn't. What was that?
The documentary on the Shining conspiracy.
Oh, that's right. I felt like you told me that wasn't worth my time.
It's funny to put on if you're working on shit and you want to put something on in the background. It's great, but stupid. You showed
me a really long YouTube video of stuff like that, which I thought was interesting.
That was interesting, and that theory gets brought up for a little bit in the movie, and that's.
But they focus on too much bullshit.
Oh well, yeah, but that's the entertainment of it.
It's their wackos.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like Eric was saying what a atrocity it was to watch it, but the thing is like they. Yeah, I mean, there's someone literally in the movie that goes, Stanley Kubrick's image is in the opening of the movie. Look at the clouds. See? And there's nothing there. On. You know, but I enjoyed it for what it was. I wouldn't want to sit and watch it. I think it was good. It's just images from the movie as people are talking, so.
That's interesting.
It's fun to put on, I think, while you're working, but that's it.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. I thought there were some interesting, like legitimately interesting topics brought up, but then a lot of it was like, oh, you pause it frame by frame and look at that, he's got a boner, you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's ridiculous. Yeah, but I enjoyed it for a little bit of the ridiculousness.
Little Danny had a boner?
Exactly. No, it was really weird. I think it was basically the guy who's at the desk who goes up to like greet Jack Nicholson. Like they literally like play it frame by frame, and at one point they like pause on one of the frames and like something on his desk is lined up in a way that it looks like he may have slightly like an erection. It's really stupid. It's
maybe
really stupid.
I mean, maybe the actor was. You know,
excited.
Maybe, they take a long time to set the lights and everything. He was probably daydreaming. He was thinking about what he was going to do when he got back to his trailer. Something like, who knows?
Yeah.
You know, sorry, this just reminded me of a totally unrelated thing.
Attention.
But I remember a really funny interview was when, what's his name? Not Neil, I want to say Neil Patrick Harris. The guy in Inception and The Dark Knight Rises.
Tom Hardy?
No, He used to be on Third Rock from the Sun.
Oh,
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
Yeah. So he came up with his
not
first
French
movie.
Stewart?
His first movie that he wrote and directed called Don John or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I really wanted to see that.
I watched it.
Oh, was it
Don
good?
John?
It was great.
Yeah.
Well, so Howard Stern interviewed him and was like, "So, I mean, the first movie you direct and you're having sex with Scarlett Johansson."
Yeah.
Is like, yeah. And he's like, "Now, you
Oh.
gotta be getting erections during this movie. Right? Or, oh, let me guess, you're a professional, whatever." Every time, Howard Stern always asks that.
Yeah.
And the actors are always like, no. I mean, hey, it's professional
I
and
can't.
this and this. And whatever. And then Joseph Gordon-Levitt was like, yeah.
And he was
like,
honest.
Oh, you're being honest. Oh, yeah. And he's like, well, yeah. I mean, what
To
am I
a
supposed
point,
to
you're
do?
nervous.
Like, what?
I bet it's nerve-wracking, being an actor and being in such a scene in front of all kinds of crew and camera and everything. But at a point, man, I think you just got to give in to what's happening. And,
Yeah.
you get, especially if you're acting and you're into the scene, you're going to fucking...
Yeah.
So,
I just give him credit that he fessed up. That he was just completely
that movie was great for her character more than anything. She was so, like, the worst example of a girl you would ever want to date. And it was so funny coming from her, because she had the Jersey accent and the just nagging bullshit. It was so fucking good. It was so good. But then, like, all this shit came out about him and his fucking plagiarism, and that really rubs me the wrong way.
What?
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, not on that movie, but, or was it him?
You're thinking of Shia LaBeouf.
I am thinking of Shia LaBeouf. Shit. Okay, sorry, Jason Gordon-Levitt. You're much more handsome than that boyish figure Shia in his fucking copying ways.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind that. I'm still in good with him. Me and you are like you and French Stewart were back on the set of Third Rock from the Sun. Boom. Some of our fans talk to French Stewart on Twitter. I've seen that. Do you know about that, Rocco?
What? No.
I feel like I've seen official French Stewart account tweeting at commonly interacting with a group of from our forums or something like that.
Really?
Like someone started making a joke about it, but then they really got in contact with him and he talks to him. I don't know. Look into it.
Yeah. Also, quickly, Josh Grilly said this in the chat. One of his favorite docs are American Movie. I love that doc.
Oh, yes.
That's one of my favorites.
Of all time, that's one of the best documentaries.
Absolutely.
Way
Rocco,
up
have
there.
you seen that one too?
I have definitely seen that one. Yeah.
Okay. Very nice.
I own that one. I think I turned Sean onto that one too, or no? Did Sean see that? Sean loves that movie, but I think he might have found that on his own.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a VR mission. I want to do that.
That honestly, what's so great about that doc is that everyone in that doc is just so earnest and real.
Oh, it's so real.
It's so great.
It's like the real Trailer Park Boys. Don't do it. Jesus told me so. What does he make his uncle say over and over again?
It's like, it's like Jesus told me so. It's like, and then it's like he's
and his
driving in a
uncle's so
car.
fed up. He's just this old man who lives in a trailer. He doesn't want to do it.
Yeah, he's like, this is for the shits and for the birds.
That's great. All right, Rob. Thank you so much for calling in. Give a round of applause for Rob. Rob, the applause never ends. Thank you for calling in, my boy.
No problem, Garrett. Have a good night, and have a good night, Rocco.
Rocco says,
Oh, thank you.
Arrivederci, cocksucker. All right. What's next? What's that noise?